What up, man? It's your boy Killa Twan. You watching Black Box with my bro Spider Low, East Side.
It's point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done train my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A East Side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
It's the deal.
East Side, East Side.
Must say I'm honored, man. I got one of East Side's finest, Killa Tweezy, from the notorious Nickerson Garden Projects, Watts, California. Accomplished independent artist, well known to those that know. Welcome to the spot. Pleasure to have you on the Black Box.
Yes, sir.
You know, you have the honor of being my very first interview on this platform without a coach. If y'all look at my previous few, I think it's 3 in total, I had an unseen voice kind of like giving me a flea flicker, throwing me a pass in order to kick me off. But today I took the opportunity to be totally independent and holler at my comrade. For those that don't know, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, give a little background. I know that you are an artist, and let them know what we're wearing today as well, and just give people a background of how you got into the rap game and things of that nature, where you from.
Oh, you know, shit. Killa Twan, man. Up the East Side of Watts, man. You know, Nickerson Garden Projects. You know, shit. Like I said, I can't even really like say what age I started rapping, cause I was just around this shit forever, you know. Just around big homies I was rapping, you know.
Can you imagine around the time of your life when you decided to take it serious and represent yourself as a person that this is what I do?
When I really took it serious, we had like a talent show in the hood. I did some shit, and then the big homie Flip, rest in peace, you know, OFTB.
Rest in peace, Flip.
You know, rest in peace, man. He was signed to Death Row at the time. It was like, you know, little nigga, you hard. You need to do it. And I was like, you know. And just watching what they was doing in the videos and shit, they was making it good and shit, had me like, yeah, I want to do that shit, like, just out of the love and respect they got.
I can dig it. That's crazy that you mentioned Flip, because rest in peace to the homie.
Yeah.
You come from an area that has now become kind of saturated with a level of musical success, and later on in our conversation, I want to ask you a few questions about that. But now, your area has a whole community of people who have been what we would consider at some degree successful in the music from the industry. So that's very interesting to me. Another thing that I found interesting is when I listen to your music, I know already off top where you're from, so I can hear it. But outside of that, you've been able to develop a style that doesn't just sound traditionally West Coast. Are there any influences that you can attribute to that? Where did you find the creativity and comfort? One thing I like in particular is like on your punchlines, you'll put some expression in them that, you feel me? Like, where do you get the comfort and the creativity to come up with that type of flow?
It's really just it's really just me. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, like years ago when I used to rap like that, niggas look at it crazy, like, oh, you sound like you from the East Coast. You sound like, but it was just, you know, me, being different. You know, like coming up, I listened to a lot of East Coast shit, so that's how I learned to fuck around with the metaphors and bars and all that shit, just not to sound like a
right
1-2 puncher.
Because out here, necessarily, our main people wasn't going to that.
Yeah. You know, everybody was just on strictly street rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was into the bars and shit, like
the multi-syllables.
Like, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
So, how did you get the attention or the relationship that I saw you develop with the homie? Neighborhood Nip, rest in peace to Keyway Christ. God bless you. We love you, Lo. Where did that relationship, the all money in situation, how did that start off?
Long live Nip, Hussle the Great,
My
man.
mama.
You know what I'm saying? But man, it started years ago. You know, when I first met Nip, we wasn't even like on no rap shit. It was just on some chill shit, school shit. You know what I'm saying? Found out later on that we rap and started doing records and shit. And then, you know, my boy Esco.
The producer?
DJ Esco, yeah. Prosper the Music Mops. You know, he when he found out I was serious, he's like, man, you remember Nip? Like, well, I'm like, yeah, I remember Blood. Like, whoa, whoa. He like, yeah, that nigga got some shit going too. And it's like around the time Nip was doing Grams and Gold Chains, like a mixtape people don't too much know about, but one of his very first ones, like,
yeah.
So took me and was like, oh yeah, I remember you, school, and then, you know, he heard a nigga rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like, damn, cuz, like, woo, like, who you fuck with? I'm like, shit, I just be doing me, like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, nigga, it's all money in, like, you fuck with us, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it's new to a lot of people, but it's old to us, because, you know, he just, like, announced signing me, like.
Now, I want the people to know, these are the questions I just asked him, I knew the answer to. I'm asking you these questions in order for you that don't know to know. Yeah, I just love the story. And when you have a good story that you love, you don't mind hearing it over and over again, such as people that go to church. You realize when you go to church, your whole life you hear people get up and tell you the same exact stories over and over and over and over. There's no new stories, except at testimony time. But the main stories were written all before you were born, and they tell them over and over again. People get excited about them like it's the first time they ever heard them. So in the same spirit, I love hearing the story he just told, because it just reminds me of the authenticity of the homie, and it's similar in the way I deal with talent and individuals that's from our community. A lot of the things that y'all, the hoops you would think a nigga could put a nigga through, he ain't put a nigga through. Yeah. It was based off of raw energy, and that's what I respect. And I know my communication with him was similar, so I know it's an authentic representation of what took place. So now, you know, the world knows, you know, he's no longer. And there were you, a few others that were the face of the actual label that we all were anticipating to get the next shots coming up off that imprint. What's the status now? Is it still the same thing? Is it in the midst of transition? Are we going to be able to still see the actual All Money brand exist, or is it going to have to be new things?
Oh yeah, no, the All Money In brand gonna live forever, you know, as long as we keep it going. You know what I'm saying? TMC, marathon continues, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're gonna see and hear a lot from us, you know. We've been a little stagnant for a second, but you know, people lost an artist, we really lost a bro, so it's like we really still, feel it, like, you know, it's like I really said, like, fuck this shit when that happened, like.
I could dig it.
I was bull on this shit, like.
I could dig it.
So that's why it's like been a minute for people to even hear from me, because like I wasn't just.
I respect the time you took to step back.
Yeah, know? I had to.
Everybody didn't take that approach, not necessarily saying anyone should have done anything other than what they did, but the fact that you didn't know nothing else but to approach it the way you did, I totally can digitalize it. I understand, bro.
Yeah, because I was really still going through it. I wasn't, not to like pinpoint nobody, but I wasn't in no rush to do no clout chasing shit, like, because that ain't what I was looking for.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you like barely even like heard me on like records and shit with bro, because it was like deeper than rap, like, you know what I'm saying? It was deeper than rap with us, so it's like.
One of the main things I hate to be is niggas say, me too. That's what say, me too, but keep going.
Yeah, like when I was around him, it was deeper than that, so it's like I would always just, he'd always tell me, Killa, jump on us, Killa, jump on that. Like, nah, nigga, that's you. That's you. I'm waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? We got one foot in, let me kick you in the back. Get that other foot up in there, let's go, like.
And you know what I respect about you expressing that? Niggas like me and you, studios, around MCs, and when those type of opportunities are presented, every other thing we do naturally is to jump on and eat it up.
Yeah.
But I can imagine the similar as to myself, you probably didn't even realize why you were so humble when he used to extend that. You just did what you did natural. We had no idea we was finna lose him.
Yeah.
Like, these are the reasons why you being in touch with the universe and the creator, he as well, you keeping it to Google, and the reason why you step back is not because you didn't appreciate the invitation. It's not that you wouldn't have loved the collab, but your spirit knew it was his time. I knew the same thing. It was some reason this dude is 11 years younger than me, and when I was around him in his last days, I was totally comfortable being around him, feeling like the little homie. Even though I didn't know he was on his way out of here,
That's how I used to feel. Like, people don't even know I'm older than Nip. And I looked at him like big bro.
Me too, bro. Oh,
you
my mama. And the
that's
fact,
just the energy
I've never mentioned this in front of Twan, but this is something I'm gonna say right now that I know you're gonna be able to relate to. For a long time, I thought he was bullshitting me because the nigga talking parables, like a fucking poetry book. Not really realizing this is exactly the way he expresses himself, even when he's being extremely sincere. It was very prophetic. Being around him, prolific is the perfect word for him to choose to attach to his persona. I appreciate him so much. I don't want to hold this, extend this, because my interviews are not about getting a whole bunch of time. It's about just having a natural interaction with people I respect on my platform. But before I go, I want to do one thing. I just want to throw out a few names that a lot of people are familiar with, we're both familiar with, and just get your general, your first thing that comes to your mind, your feedback. We're gonna start off softball, easy ones. Top Dog.
Top Dog. Oh, that's the big homie, man. That's motivation right there, you know what I'm saying? Just watching him, you know, come from the project, same place I come from hustling on the corner to
so proud of him.
Becoming the biggest label, you know, in the industry. Is like, that's motivation. That's some shit I'm chasing, you know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
Same way I used to chase being on that block, trying to be the biggest dope man, you know what I'm saying?
I could dig it.
I'm trying to be the top dog too in my own situation, you feel me?
I could dig it. I appreciate that. J-Rock.
J-Rock, oh, that's my dog, man. One of my top 5 MCs, you know what I'm saying?
That's my rally.
You know, yeah, shout out J-Rock, TDE, man.
Oh, my PD.
Damn.
Rest in peace. Love you, my nigga. East Side Business.
That's my big brother. Rest in peace, man. That's the #1 reason I still do this shit.
I could dig
More
that.
than anything.
I didn't expect to hear you say that.
That's the #1 reason. Like,
at one point in my, that was my nigga, man. That was a real solid nigga, bro. On my mama. I could imagine had he had the opportunity to have an extended time here, what he would have been able to accomplish. I could only see the potential on my mama. Rest in peace to the homie. I ain't gonna do you like that and do it on him.
Yeah,
Love you, homie.
I didn't know you was gonna throw that
my bad. I told you I was gonna start soft.
Man, come on, man.
My bad, Twan, my bad. Of course I had
R.P. Lewis Smith, man.
Yeah, Lewis Smith, rest in peace. East Side Business. I gotta say, Ermius.
Yeah, him too, man. Erm, man. Neighborhood Nip, man. That's really the Tupac of our generation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
I feel like
that's
like
things get better with time as far as more authentic to our actual environment. Not knocking Tupac, but he's more of a Tupac than a Tupac to our generation.
Yeah. Like, that's like, not to throw extras on it because that's the bro, but that's like a god to me. Like,
you know I nicknamed him the Keyway Christ.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a god. Like my belief on that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people say, oh, God. Like, I feel like there's a lot of gods amongst us. You know what I'm saying?
You swear you haven't ever heard me say that?
Nah.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just one of, you know, there's plenty of gods, whether male or female, depending on the impact they leave on this motherfucker before they leave. You know what I'm saying?
You strike that. I hate to be a buddy and type nigga right now, but I gotta do it. Because you strike a thought in my head that's part of my personal philosophy that is totally off the subject. But this is why I believe you got a church on every corner, and before you can jump up in front of the people and say you're a preacher within the message that the people amongst us, the gods, that something about our genetics breeds these type of people. And because that's true, guess what they do? They send you to school, make you get a degree in what you're supposed to say, and you can't get up and have a congregation until they teach you what to say, cutting you off from that real message you're gonna get. But the homie,
he was giving that real message.
yeah, he was getting it from directly on
That was
high.
real, like God in the flesh right there. I know they realize it now, though.
They do, they do. But Keyway Christ, the similar story with the original Christ that we're familiar with. He was cut down before his time, same exact age, and the respect he gets now has nothing, no way can compare to the respect he got before he laid down. And I'm not gonna want to dwell on that unless you want more to add.
He gonna live forever, man.
One more name I want to put, Whack Hole No Hunted.
I ain't gonna speak on that, man.
Say it again.
I ain't gonna speak on that.
Thumbs up or down? Ain't nobody, it ain't no secret, because guess what? I got footage of you speaking on him right now. So it's not like I'm putting the homie on the spot about nothing he ain't already spoke on publicly, which is something I would never do. The only reason I threw the goofball name in there is because I've already seen content with the homie giving his opinion on the buffoonery publicly. So that's the only reason I threw his name in there, because I know he is extremely irrelevant other than there's a current climate with he and I. So,
that's that social media shit, like, you know. I'm waiting on the real conversation.
And you know, that's right.
So that's why once that shit sparked off, I just left it alone. Like I could have went on and on about it like the rest of the
Are you familiar with
did,
an incident to where it's been related that the homie told him, keep my name out your mouth, neighborhood Nip, in person and marked him out? Have you ever heard of a scenario?
I heard of it. Yeah, I can't say I was there or witnessed it, but.
Did you ever see some footage of him running out of a venue saying, hey blood, J-Rock just knocked me out? You ever seen that? I'm just saying. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's on you. No, it's not.
Oh, they took it down?
Oh, well, yeah, he got that T.I. power. He tapped in now to the other side. It's footage of him on the phone with Suge Knight. Suge complaining to Wack about something that got leaked. And the first thing Wack asked him, like, I'll get it took down. You want me to get it took down? So yeah, they got the juice. They know the YouTube people. Oh, my mama. We up out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's just not but East Side business with somebody I'm extremely fond of. Killa Twan, all money in. East Side Watts. Anything you want to say to the people before we go?
Look, man, it's all money in. TMC, the marathon continues. You know what I'm saying? Long live Nip Hussle the Great. Long live Lewis Smith. You know what I'm saying? Go get that new California. You know what I'm talking about? It's a new tape I just dropped. You know, something for the streets, something for the real day ones.
Let them know what we're wearing.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? This is how you gotta live your life, man. You either gotta grind or be grimy, you know what I'm saying? The clothing line, me and my little brother got together, you know what I'm saying? It's like the first little imprint of it, you know, because this is how we base our lifestyle. We either out here grinding or we being grimy taking shit.
And you know what that reminds me of? The motto, be about your money at all costs.
Yeah.
That's what we pushing. I should have had a shirt to trade you, but I owe you one. Much love. Until next time, tap in.
Peace out.
For Dev Dope. That was good shit.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done train my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A East Side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.